Hey guys, welcome back to Turntable Guy. Hope you're all well. I know how much people really enjoy a good unboxing video. So today we've got a unboxing and setup video on this brand new in the box Audio Technica AT-LP7. This is a belt drive turntable. It was just dropped off by a gentleman who wants it set up, and that's what we're going to do. But I thought since it's brand new in the box, let's do an unboxing video. It should be very exciting, so let's get at it. We're just going to cut this box open. I don't know a lot about this table. I quickly had a look online when he mentioned it was an AT-LP7, and I think this thing runs for about $1,000, so it's not a cheap turntable by any means. But I don't know very much about it. I know Audio Technica makes some pretty decent tables. I know their ATP, is it 120? AT-LP 120 is a big seller for them. It looks just like a Technique's Mark II 1200. Probably not the same performance though. Alright. I don't have a lot of room on my bench to do this, so I'll try to open it up as best we can. Alright, so looks like it comes with a nice manual and the belt. And this looks like a power supply. And it is. So we got a typical wall wart power supply. I don't know how easy this is going to be to get out of here, since I'm like inches away from the camera. Well, it feels like the lid. Accessories, accessory, power supply. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get this out of here on the bench, so let me just pause. I'll get this out and then I'll take the box and put it on the floor. I looked on the box and it didn't say where the table was manufactured. Usually it says on the outside of the box. Over here it says accessories, accessories. Let's see what they are. Okay, looks like we got a 45 adapter and counterweight. And we've got some more on this side here. Oh, that's our head shell. Alright, so here you go. You got head shell with mounted Audio Technica cartridge. Audio Technica head shell, obviously. What do we got for a cartridge? Ooh, looks like an Audio Technica 100 series. Oh, very nice. Okay, so comes with a VMN20 EB. So that's probably a bonded elliptical, so elliptical bonded EB. So not the highest quality, but very nice cartridge. The head shell says AT-HS10 and made in China. So that's the head shell. So I don't see anything else on the styrofoam here. So that's all empty. Just toss that. This is our dust cover here. And this must be the main table here. So we'll just put that aside for now. Oh, we got another box of juices here. What do we got here? RCA cables. So this table will probably have a RCA jacks on the back instead of attached cables. They look like nice, decent quality, thick cables with an integrated ground. That's nice. And our platter. Nothing else attached here. Good, that can go. A nice platter. Feels really heavy. Oh yeah. Lovely. No mat though? Maybe not. Maybe this is doesn't have a mat. I'm not sure. But yeah, this has got some serious heft to it. Wow. I don't know what it's made out of. I'm thinking it's aluminum, but it's very dead. So that looks really nice. Maybe the platter mat is in the with the table. Let's have a look. All right, so here's the main table again. We'll just get this out. I'm very impressed by the quality of the boxing. This is a nice, almost cloth-like material here. Oh yeah, lovely. Very nice. Here we go. You like that? That is really, really nice. It's kind of like a matte black finish. This is undoubtedly the motor over here. Your main spindle here. Arms all locked up. Here we have our speed control power button over here. So we got stop, 45 and 33. Peek underneath. Nice big feet. They're suspended very nicely. And at the back here, oh, this is awesome, eh? We have, undoubtedly, this has a built-in phono preamp. Because it's got here an output select, so phono and line output. So you'd switch it to line output if you're going to use an external phono preamp, or put it to phono if your receiver or preamp already has a phono preamp built in. And then when you're using, obviously, the internal, you've got a selection for MC and MM cartridge. That's pretty awesome. Ground here. And your 12-volt input. The table is built in China, but I'm telling you right now, this is a beautifully built turntable. The feet, you can screw and unscrew them to level up your table. We'll just leave them in all the way right now for the initial setup, because it's no use me balancing this on my workbench, because it's not going to be the final resting spot, so I'll mention that to the owner. And let's get this arm all set to go here. Nice big thick piece of foam. The arm is nicely locked into place here. Like to see that. And what have we got here? Just a protector. It's definitely aluminum arm. And we got some tape here just to keep it from moving. Let's remove that. There we go. So this table has a height adjustment for the arm, which is very nice. We'll have a look at that. I'm just going to put it down to 0 for now. Actually, unlock it first. So it looks like it raises up just like a Technique's Mark 12 or Mark 1200 Mark II or Mark whatever. So that would be 0 there. Just lock it. Anti-skating. So we'll put our head shell on. And I'm pretty sure that Audio Technica has aligned this cartridge for this turntable. And we'll get our counterweight here. So I'm thinking that this table doesn't come with a mat, eh? So screw this on for now. There you go. Nice cueing. I'm really impressed. Gotta say, I'm very impressed. All right, so let's put our platter on. Lovely brass here. Very nice. And we'll open up our manual. Get our belt out. There's the belt. Okay. Nice big belt. Wow, that's a huge belt actually. Very elasticy. So, I'm going to say that it goes around here and all the way around the outside of the platter. Just like that. All right. Let's get our power supply. So we got our classic wall wart style power supply here. And what's the voltage on this thing? So it's a 12 volt DC at 2 amps. Let's just plug that in and see how our motor turns. Okay, so there we go. Oh, I see. This is not a power button. It's just a power LED. Stop would be power off. There's 45. Man, this thing is silent. And there's your 33. Lovely. Lovely design. Really nice. Okay. All right, so there you go. That's the Audio Technica AT-LP7. Lovely looking turntable. All right, so that's what you need to do when you get it out of the box. So now we will set up our counterweight here, get our tracking set up, and then we'll have a look for adjustments, see how level that arm is, and then set up our anti-skating and all that kind of good stuff. So what did I say this thing was? It is an AT-VMN 20EB. So VMN 20EB, let's just check the net here. VMN 20EB tracking force. And it says here that the tracking force is 1.8 to 2.2 grams. So we'll set it up for 2 grams right in the middle. Okay. So let's see how accurate the audio, this is fresh out of the box. So I'll get my digital scale and we'll see how accurate it is when I do it just by the standard balancing. So for you guys who are new to this, what you want to do is balance your tone arm. So turn your tone arm counterweight to the point where your arm is floating right above the platter, okay? So it's not touching down. This thing has, even though the anti-skate's at 0, it's got a little bit of pullback here. So I'm going to say right there. The anti-skate won't go back any further. So it's got a little bit of natural anti-skate, even without the anti-skating turned on here. I'm going to say that is balanced. So once you have that balanced, hold the back of your weight and just turn the ring with the numbers on it and put it to 0, okay? So once you have that 0 lined up, take your counterweight now and turn it. It's facing you, so turn it counterclockwise facing you and put it to 2 grams. Okay, so that should now be set up. Now your anti-skating also, turn that to number 2. All right, so that is the manual way of doing it. So let's see how accurate that is. So I'm going to bring in my digital scale now. And then we're going to drop our needle on top of the center of this weight. And according to what I just did, it should be 2 grams. And that is very, very good. So we're at 1.95 according to, and 1.96 according to my digital scale. So you know that Audio Technica has done a great job with that counterweight, and it's going to be very, very close. Oh, we're still going up here, 1.97. That's awesome. So excellent work there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to crank it just a little bit more. I'm going to get it up to 2 grams on my digital scale. And then I'll there we go. There's 2 grams according to my digital scale. Just put the marker at 2 grams. Anti-skating's at 2. So now we're going to check for vertical a vertical tracking adjustment. So what you want to do is you want your tone arm, when it's sitting on a record, you want it to be perfectly level, okay? That is called vertical tracking alignment. And this height adjustment ring here will help us achieve that. So you need a record, or what you can do, this is a Thorens azimuth mirror. I've had this for 30 odd years, and it's about the thickness of an LP, right? And what you do is you put it on your platter, and then you drop your needle on it, and it's a mirror, so it won't damage the stylus whatsoever, okay? And now you can have a look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking sideways here to see how perfectly balanced and level this arm is, okay? And right now, I'm going to say at level 0, it's right on. So I'm happy with that. So we're going to just lock that in place and just leave it at 0. And what else you can do is if you just turn your mirror sideways here, my mirror's kind of dirty, and you can see the anti-skating working, eh? See it pulling the needle back? So let's just turn it to 0 for a minute here. You can look at the azimuth. So what the azimuth is you want the needle to be 100% in the groove. So let's say this is the groove. I don't know how I can do this with my hands. You want that needle to be perfectly in the groove. If it's tilted to the left or to the right, like this, it's going to be riding incorrectly in that groove. So azimuth means that it's going to be perfectly perpendicular to the groove. So you can look in the mirror, and if the mirror image is identical to the actual cartridge, then you know your azimuth is perfect. So you just got to bend down and have a peek there. And you look at that mirror image, and as long as it's good, you're okay. And every cartridge or every head shell that I know of has a little bit of adjustment just for moving it left and right. There's just enough play there that you can shore up your azimuth a little bit. So as I look here, my mirror image is identical, so we know we're good here. So that's that. All right, let's pull this forward a little bit here, and I think that's it. I mean, we set up the arm, got our tracking force set up, we've adjusted the height adjustment for the tone arm. Oh, we've got to put our anti-skate back to number 2 here. So we're set up at 2 grams, 2 on the anti-skate. We've installed our belt. We've plugged in our, our power supply. Why don't we hook up our audio cables and give it a listen. Just let me pause while I'm doing this because I'm going to be in front of the camera. All right, welcome back. Everything's set up here. Put a record on the turntable here, and there is no platter mat. I looked in the box. I read the instructions of the included accessories. It says nothing about a platter mat. So my guess is that this turntable is meant to be run without a platter mat. And you can see a little bit of an indentation here. So I know a lot of guys are using acrylic platter mats these days, and this is obviously the way Audio-Technica wants their turntable run. So let's turn it on. Wow, it gets up to speed really freaking fast because the motor must have some really serious torque. Like let's get up to 33 here, and boom, like you're right there. So that's impressive. All right, up. Yeah, let's see here. Lovely. It's a great sounding turntable, guys. Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. I can't play that very often or for very long, or I'm going to get a copyright strike. Yeah, this is a nice unit. Really nice. And let's just see the price on this thing again here. So it's AT-LP7 price. So it looks like in the States it's $7.99, and here in Kazakhstan $11.99. So this is a $1,200 turntable. I don't know if I'd pay $1,200 for this. I mean, it's beautiful. It's really non-resonant. I like the looks of it a lot. I think it looks phenomenal. But $1,200, I mean, at that price point, you could probably find yourself, maybe you can even get a couple 1200 Mark IIs. I don't know. I haven't been in the market for a turntable for a long time. Maybe, have a look at professional reviews and see what they say, what companies, when you get into the companies that tell you about chocolatey mid-ranges and, all that kind of lovely stuff. I can only tell you that it sounds very lovely. This Audio-Technica cartridge is a standard AT100 series body, so you can upgrade this stylus to a Shibata or a Microline stylus. So very easy to do. The bodies are all the same. The one that's on here right now sounds phenomenal. So it's a bonded stylus, but I think it sounds great. You want to go to a nude stylus? Go ahead. You're going to pay a little bit more, all the way up to Shibata or a Microline, whatever you like, right? So it's the same body as like an AT440, anything like that, an AT150 MLX, is it? Bodies are all the same, right? It's just a matter of the looks of the exterior. Sometimes they're painted gold or whatever, but that's a very, very popular and high quality cartridge by Audio-Technica with a replaceable stylus, so you can upgrade to your heart's content. The turntable itself, like I said, beautifully finished, nicely made. Would I pay $1,200? That's really up to the purchaser. I wouldn't personally, but you know, I'd pay $500 for this. I mean, I don't know. I'm just telling it as it is, right? So anyway, I'm not going to get too much into that because I'm sure there's people who enjoy their AT-LP7 and think it was a great bargain, and that's all that matters to you, right? So anyway, that is the unboxing and the setup of the AT-LP7. It's a beautiful table. Do you want to see the dust cover before we go away? I think the dust cover just rests on top like this. So you just grab it and put it on like this. No hinges, no nothing. That's it. So that's the dust cover for it. Very nice. Really good looking. Sharp. That's all I have to say. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Any comments? If you guys have this table, you know, you got some better insights into it, by all means, leave me a note. Let's discuss it. Let's try to understand these new turntables. Are they better than vintage? To me, I don't know. I really don't. I prefer a vintage direct drive turntable, but undoubtedly it's probably costs a lot of money to build a direct drive these days, so that's why they're going with these belt drives. But this motor is very, very powerful. Anyway, thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate you tuning in as usual, and we will catch you in the next video. Thanks.